quick here. First of all, what is scale? Can someone tell me what they think scale is? Claire.
Like something to measure out the distance between one place and another.
Okay.
Like shrink it down.
Okay. Go on. Someone wants to explain.
Like it's say centimeters or kilometer or inches or mile.
Okay, and what are you correlating between? What's a centimeter and what's a mile? Are we talking about mass? Are we talking about... Well, the scale, but what are you scaling? 1 centimeter equals a kilometer, but where is the centimeter and where is the kilometer?
On the map.
The centimeters on the kilometers in the real world. Okay, so you're correlating a map or a model to a real world thing, object. Okay, very good. So, on a map or a model, Connor? Okay. On a map or a model, you are always going to see a scale somewhere. Okay, these are just two examples. So scale is going to be written in one of two ways. This is one of the ways. It's either going to be 1.2, 1.24,000. The first way is with that colon. Okay? It's usually going to be somewhere near the key. It's also going to show you different distances within the map. They're all going to look different. Some of them are going to have these different size bars that will tell you mile differences. Many of them are just going to be written square as 1, so this is 2 million. Okay? So the two different ways you can write it, which are on the board, but I'm also going to write them over here, are going to be something with a dot dot equals something. The other ways you can write it as a fraction. So there's something over something. Okay, so it looks just like a fraction. So I'll fill those in so it doesn't just look like a bunch of lines. 1 on the map, so let's say 1 centimeter on the map is equivalent to 2 meters in real life. Or in this case, 1 centimeter on the map is equivalent to 2 centimeters in real life. Does that make sense? Yes?
Make it like that.
You could. Did I say meters or centimeters?
You said meters for the first one. You said centimeters.
Okay, so 1 centimeter equals 2 meters. So if you're taking something that's about the size of the table and you're making it on a very small map, that would be what you would be doing.
I know,
Okay.
but you said 2 centimeters.
So I said it the other way? 1 centimeter equals 2 centimeters?
Yeah.
Okay, you are right. Then I would just make it real. Very good. Way to catch me. So, what I want you to do is, if you have your map with you, I want you to write what your scale would be. Okay? Think about distances. First of all, the paper is how many inches large? Between 8 and 12. Which means I'd say your first number, if it looks like this, shouldn't be anything greater than 12. Okay, so it cannot be greater than 12. How big do you think the playground is outside? Throw out some numbers. 24 feet?
No, 25,000 feet.
24,000 feet?
That would be really big.
Let's put it this way. From me to, let's see, from this wall to that wall is probably about 40 feet.
40 feet? That looks like 30 feet.
30 feet is 10 yards. For all you football players out there, 10 yards is going to be between myself and Ashlyn. So it's a little further than that, so about 40 feet. So then how big do we think the playground is? Just throw out a number. Twice as big as this classroom?
Good.
I would say between 1 and 200. 123 probably didn't sound too off. So about 3 to 4 times as big as the classroom? Does that sound like a good number?
Yeah.
So if this classroom is 40 feet, what would be 3 times 40 feet?
120.
120. Okay, so let's just say it's near 120 feet. It could be more, it could be less. We didn't go out and measure it, but let's just take a guess. So that means that whatever your number is on this side shouldn't be any more than 120. So everyone write a number or a scale on your sheet of paper. We're going to go around and see how they sound. Remember, some of you were drawing smaller areas. So if you just drew the slide, it's not going to be 120 feet. Some of you drew the playground and the basketball court, so it might be slightly greater than 100.
Would it be doing the paper or like?
It would be what you drew on your paper. So I'll give you about 30 seconds. If you have the full thing, it's going to be much greater than 120.
Oh.
So your number on this side might be, yeah, closer to 500.
Whoa.
Okay, that's acceptable. King, what did you write?
What am I right?
Yeah, what did you write? Okay, my directions were, Josh, can you tell me my directions?
Write the scale.
Write the scale that your drawing was. Let's go with Ashley. Did you write a scale?
Not yet.
Okay.
Wait, which one do you use?
You use this setup, and then you pick your numbers. Is anyone ready to give me what they have? Bradley.
12 and 450.
So 12 inches on your paper. So your whole paper equals 450 feet. And so you did more than the playground, right? Okay, so that sounds like it could definitely be right. Did it look like that when you wrote it?
Yeah.
Terrific. Yes?
10 and 117.
So you did slightly less than the playground and slightly less than the paper. Sounds good. Do you realize what you are communicating to me right now? I'm completely understanding because of your scale. Ready? What did you write?
12 and 230.
12 and 230. So that means you're using the length of your paper and probably the playground and maybe the basketball court or the kickball diamond?
Yeah.
Look at that. Does everyone understand where we're going with this?
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing I want to just touch on, I'm not going to go too in-depth on it with you, is the difference in large scale and small scale. So if you have a number that looks like 1 to 2, so let's say 1 foot equals 2 yards or 2 miles, you're going to have something that's going to be much more close up. So large scale means things are going to be larger on the map. Correlate those two things. Does everyone know what correlate means? Put those things together. Large scale, larger things on the map. As compared to small scale, everything's going to be very small. So if a large scale is going to have usually lower numbers or very close numbers, so 1 to 2 or 3 to 4, whereas your small scale is going to be more like 12 to 120 or 1 to 15,000. So if one number is very far apart from the other one, it's probably going to be small scale. Are there any questions? Would you be able to do it? Yes. Okay. Would everyone be able to describe how to at least write scale? So when you create your maps, your models, you know what scale is? Okay.